This is 2024 and we're at 66% already at the time of recording this. And I don't know if it's just me, but it completely feels like this year just flew by. Remember the beginning of 2024, or actually a couple of minutes before 2024 began. A lot of people make New Year's resolutions. It can be things like going to the gym more frequently, making more money, it can be everything. The thing is, only a couple of those people actually achieve their goal, and most of them get distracted by things and they lose focus. And now it's August, we have 4 months left. Now if you're at the point where you didn't really get that far yet on achieving your goal, but you still want to achieve it, then you are at the right place, my friend. Because today I'm going to teach you how you can achieve your 2024 goals in only 4 months. Before we're going to start, I need to tell you one thing. I made a free worksheet for this video, and you can put all the things I'm going to tell you into practice. And it's not even that difficult. It will take you like 10 or 15 minutes, but it will be a great start to still achieve your goals this year. It's completely free, link in the description. Alright, let's get into it. First, you need to know what your goal is. And maybe you're going like, Noah, what the hell are you talking about? Of course I know what my goal is. Did you know that a bunch of people don't actually even know what their goal is? Let me explain. Most people set goals like I want to make a lot of money and I want to become really fit. But the thing is, everyone has a different definition of a lot of money and really fit. For some really poor people in Africa, $5 can be a lot of money. But maybe for you it's more like $1,000. So what I want you to do, if you have a non-specific goal like I just said, so not really a moment when you can say, alright, I just achieved my goal, then make sure you change your goal. For example, if your goal is I want to make a lot of money, change your goal to I want to make $10,000 in 2024, or a different amount of course. Make it so specific that you can have a point where you're really like, okay, I just achieved my goal. Now let's start with the fun part. Alright, for the next step you actually need the free worksheet in the description because we need to create a schedule. We're going to use a schedule I just made for you in the worksheet. We are going to use an example for this video. We're going to talk about Sebastian. Sebastian is 18 years old and he's still in high school. The first thing Sebastian needs to put in the schedule is the time he wakes up and when he's going to sleep, so he knows how much time he has to work. Oh, and by the way, I highly recommend not only to Sebastian but also to you to have at least 8 hours of sleep, because there was also a time when I woke up at like 6 a.m. and went to sleep at, I don't know, 12 or 1 a.m. So I had like 5 or 6 hours of sleep. And of course it works, you will have more time. But the problem is, your productivity is way lower than usual, because you will always feel tired, although that's in my case. The problem is with a lack of sleep, is that during the day you will feel tired, and you don't feel like doing anything, and it will be way harder for you to actually start working. So because of that, I highly recommend at least 8 hours of sleep. So Sebastian goes to bed at 11 p.m. and wakes up at 8. Anyway, let's say at around 8 a.m. he starts doing his morning routine, take a shower and that kind of stuff, and he's ready to get to work at 8:30. Alright, so we'll put in the schedule, he can start at 8:30 a.m. and he goes to sleep at 11 p.m. After that, Sebastian needs to fill out everything he must do in this week. For example, going to school, maybe even his job, going to the gym, and also, of course, visiting his grandma. So let's put that in the schedule. Alright, and there you go. Now we are going to do a step you will usually do later on, because I want Sebastian to fill in his breaks. Why? Because I know how ambitious people work. When you feel motivated, you don't want to take breaks. You just want to keep working, and that's fine. I mean, that feeling is amazing. You are motivated to do something, so it's way better than just doing nothing, right? But the problem is, if you just keep working without taking breaks, your motivation will fade away really quickly. And trust me, I know how it feels. Because it doesn't really fit into the schedule, I'm not going to put in the small breaks, but those small breaks of 5 to 10 minutes of rest can actually really improve your productivity, because your focus will increase. And I'm not just telling you any bullshit, because my goal is to achieve 100,000 subscribers on this channel this year, and I know that's freaking huge. I think at the time of recording we have like 250. No, not even 245. And it's my passion to create YouTube videos and do all these fun things. But I tend to work 3 or 4 hours in a row without taking any breaks. In the first 1 or 2 hours it feels amazing, you have like an incredible rush of motivation to keep going. Sometimes after 2 or 3 hours I just feel a little tingling in my hands or something because I don't take any breaks. And no, that's not healthy. So instead of working 3 or 4 hours in a row, I would recommend working 1, take a 5-minute break, and continue until you get to lunch, dinner, or whatever. Because working 3 or 4 hours in a row isn't really healthy. Now it's time to put the productive work on your goal into the schedule. And you can put as much time as you want into that schedule. But be careful, because as I just said, if you're really motivated to do something, you want to put as much time as possible into that goal. But as soon as the motivation fades away, way, you don't want to do it anymore. And if you're at that point, the exact same thing will happen as happened in the beginning of 2024. You felt really motivated, started working like a maniac on your goal, and then suddenly you weren't motivated anymore and you quit. The problem with that is you won't stay consistent and you won't really be able to achieve your goal. I just finished high school. I've been in high school for 6 years, and I think I already had ambitious goals for myself in the first year of high school. And I tried to combine it with high school, but it just didn't really work out. And the main mistake was that I switched from doing completely nothing to doing as much as I can. And this instant switch will cause you to lose motivation. And that's not what we want. So my advice to you, if you're doing nothing right now on your goals, fill in like 50 or 60% of your free time to work on your goal and try to progressively upgrade this. So let's take Sebastian again. Because Sebastian didn't do anything on his goals before watching this video, he will use 50% of his free time to work on his goal right now. Alright, that's for the first week. The second week he upgrades it to 60%. The week after that he upgrades it to 70, and the week after to 80, and he upgrades it like that. So no, I'm not telling you to just do nothing or maybe work like 5 minutes a week on your goal, but if you're not used to spending all of your free time on working on your goal, then don't spend all of your free time on working on your goal, at least in the beginning. Later on you can upgrade that. Anyway, so your schedule is finished. Again, I highly recommend to fill in the schedule yourself so you'll get the max out of it. By the way, there's also way more explanation in the worksheet in the description. So if you didn't really understand what I was saying, take your time to read it in the worksheet. Anyway, time for step 3. It's time for affirmations. And maybe you're going like, what the hell are affirmations? Affirmations are small sentences you can use to program your subconscious mind. And that sounds really fancy, but it's actually really easy. Affirmations can be both negative and positive. A negative affirmation, for example, is I don't have enough money to get to college, or I'm not smart enough to get to college, but some kind of sentence that will have a negative impact on you. Now, affirmations like these can be dangerous, because if you say it frequently enough, you will start to believe it. And if you believe it, you're screwed. But it can also work in your favor if you use positive affirmations. Let me explain. A positive affirmation, for example, is I attract success, or I am good enough, or I'm a confident person. Let's take the affirmation I'm a confident person as an example. If you'll say this in the beginning, it will feel weird, especially if you're not that confident yet. But if you'll say it multiple times, you will actually start believing it. The only thing you need to do is actually give meaning to the words you're saying. So if you're saying I'm a confident person, don't say it like you just woke up in the morning and you don't feel like doing anything. Say it like you're passionate about it. I've been using affirmation in the past couple of weeks, and this stuff actually already worked for me in 3 days. If you want to see my affirmations, they are on the worksheet. But for now, I want you to create at least 5 affirmations. Some examples are, of course, I'm a confident person, I attract money, I do the things I love, and of course, I'm going to achieve all my goals of 2024. And now maybe you're going like, okay, I have like 5 affirmations, what the hell do I do with it? Well, that's easy. I read my affirmations every time before I go to bed. And I read it like 5 or 6 times in a row. So I recommend just do it whenever you want during the day, but at least once a day, 5 or 6 times. And again, read them like you believe in it. Like you're passionate about it. Read it with energy. The more power, the better. Have you ever really felt overwhelmed when you were working on a goal? Because it seemed like the goal was so incredibly big that it's almost impossible for you to achieve it. If you are not the only one, because this is actually really common. I call this the mountain effect. See your goal as a huge mountain. The bigger the goal is, the bigger the mountain. And whenever you reach the top, you've achieved your goal. The thing is, when you're at the first step of climbing the mountain, it feels so incredibly overwhelming to look how far you still need to go. Because you're only at the first step and it will take so much time for you to get up there. This will make you feel unmotivated. And this is the part where a lot of people quit. But don't worry, I got a solution for this. And the solution is create side goals. Side goals are mini versions of your big goal. So take your really big goal. Now let's take this up here and split it into 5 side goals. So now you have 5 mini goals which are way easier to achieve than the big goal. For example, you still want to make $10,000 in 2024, but your net worth right now is about $250. You can choose whether you look to the $9,750 you still need to make, or split it up into side goals. For example, you want to make $500 in August 2024 and try to stay focused on that side goal. The big goal of achieving $10,000 doesn't really matter right now. Make sure you focus on the $500, because making $500 feels way more doable than making 10 grand, right? So create small side goals for yourself. And this step actually works to stay motivated and to stay focused on your goal. Alright, and step number 5 is actually the most easy step, but also the most difficult one. That sounds strange, right? I know, but it is true. Step number 5 is get to work. Take action. And I know you can do this. You are not alone. There are millions of ambitious people like you who really want to achieve your goals and are struggling with the same struggles you have. And that's exactly why I created a Discord community for Ndup Mastery, for people who need help and want to talk to people who are like-minded. So make sure you check the link in the description to the Discord server of Ndup Mastery. And that was about it. If you watched the video entirely until this part, you are the top 1%. And trust me, you are. Because most people aren't even able to watch a video that's longer than 8 minutes. And you are still watching. I'm proud of you. And thank you very much for watching. Thank you for taking your time. Go check out the free worksheet and do something with it. And good luck on achieving your goal. See you in the next one. See ya.